chapter 28 and verse 8. It reads, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right. War, evil, and pestilence, man. Because the prophets were always sent out right before Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah is about to deliver the Israelites out of whatever captivity they was in, man. Alright, you read about the famous one dealing with our exodus out of Egypt. Alright? The Lord set up Moses, alright, to go and to tell Pharaoh to let the Lord's people go. And that's what we're in the stand up to be. Alright? The prophesied to you so-called white people, the elite of you so-called white people, alright, who are known as the biblical Edomites, to let you know that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, our power, the God of the Israelites, is coming back to deliver us out of your hands, man. Like you did, you know, of old, man. Alright? Y'all want to say go ahead.
I had a little bit more too. Verse 9. The prophet which prophesied the peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord Yahweh have truly sent him.
That's right.
You know? So as we see wars, evil, and pestilence happening on the planet Earth, as the brother is reading in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, which also gives an account of the same things that happen in the latter days, it's becoming more and more evident of the true message that the prophets are speaking of. All right? And those that are false prophets, the things that they spoke of are not coming to pass. You know? But you're still going to have a lot of our people that are going to come up against this word so that they can have hope of continuing in this fallen society. You know? They don't want to let go of the pleasures of this world, the cares of this world. And that's going to be to their detriment.
Because like you said, man, all the stuff that's going on in the world, man, the news has been hot, man. Alright? All these natural disasters that's been taking place in these different countries that been killing these people. Alright? Now you got your government pretty much on the verge of shutdown, alright? They just came out with a report today talking about how, you know, they weren't going to increase the interest rates.
Yeah, the interest rates, they didn't get bumped back up.
But they say that's temporary. Right? Yeah, man. In fact, you know, we got these different false prophets coming out here, alright, saying all manners of bullshit, alright, talking about their King David, talking about their, you know, that, you know, whatever false doctrine they peddling, man. In the new covenant or whatever they saying, man. Alright? But our job is to speak the words of prophecy, man. Alright? Because, hey, our deliverance is nigh, man. Alright? So don't get caught up out here and all the BS out here, man.
So Matthew 24, verse 33. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. We're very close to the end, right? We're seeing prophecies ramping up. We're seeing the spirit of Yahweh start to intensify, and that's how we know, you know, each day we're closer to salvation.
Excuse me, sir. How can a man be born again? How can a man be born again, sir?
Verse 34.
Sir,
Verily I say
excuse
unto you,
me.
this generation
How can a
shall
man be
not
born
pass
again?
Till all these things
Why are
be
you out here,
fulfilled.
guys, if you can't answer that question?
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
So what does that mean?
So what we're seeing right now is that this current system, this current rulership has to be completely done away with.
No, sir.
In order for the Israelite rulership to be able to
No, Israelite ain't ruling nothing. Israelite ain't ruling nothing. Jesus gonna rule and reign.
Verse 36.
Excuse me, how can a man be born again?
And hour knoweth no man.
Why y'all ignoring me?
No, not the angels of heaven.
Because you ain't got no power.
But my Father only.
Only the Father knows the time, man. All right?
So Jesus don't know the time?
So Yahweh Shai, he's not knowing the time?
Yes, he does. That's a lie. He was speaking that as a man. He was 100% God, 100% man. And when he said that, he was speaking as a man. You think God has hid that from Jesus in heaven? Do you think God has hid that from Jesus in heaven?
Also shall the coming of the Son of Man
Excuse me. How can a man be born again?
Matthew 24 verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right, so as the days of Noah were, right? which we have going on right now once more, because pursuant to 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, the first earth passed away by water, but this second earth is preserved for fire. Alright, so it's the same exact spirits and that same exact mindset as now. Right? Keep reading.
But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage.
Right. They were carrying on with the cares of this world. Right? The world is caught up in all types of folly and madness. Right? Alright? Keep reading.
Marrying and giving unto marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right. So read that it said that they wouldn't know all the way up to the point of the flood, right? Read Isaiah 6 and 9. Right? Because a lot of our people that are caught up in the cares of this world, they've pretty much been blocked out, man. Right? Like this school behind us, man. A lot of our people have been blocked out, so they're not able to receive this word. Alright, but the remnant of the Lord have been preserved to be able to receive this word once more. Alright? They were predestinated. But as for those that can't,
This is the black KKK.
Let's see why.
This is the hate group.
Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 9. And he said, go and tell this people.
You gonna answer my question?
Hear ye indeed.
I'm gonna get back there if you don't answer my question again.
These people, they hear us.
Guys,
They
if
can't
you don't,
understand it.
if you keep ignoring me, I'm gonna get back in your footage.
Indeed, but perceive
All you gotta
not.
do is answer the question.
But the heart of the people was
I'm about to
made
leave.
fat, and
You're not gonna answer the question. Okay, I'm gonna get back in your footage. I'm gonna get back in your footage.
Right, so the Lord is pretty
All
much
right,
saying
you
that
can't ignore
what he did
Jesus,
was
guys. You
he pretty
cannot
much
ignore
blocked
it.
out 2/3 of the nation
Man,
of
get your
Israel
man
from being
voice
able to
up, man. They
receive the
can't
word.
hear you out here.
Okay?
They can't hear
So
you.
that's
Speak
exactly what's
louder.
gonna happen in
Speak
these times.
louder, young
As
man.
we just read in Matthew,
You
the 24th
have my
chapter,
age.
Right?
Come on,
So
young
what's
man.
happening is the
Come on.
exact same thing.
Man, somebody
Right?
else
People are
grab the
being
mic.
blocked off from
Where your
being able
mic
to
at?
receive this word so that they have the opportunity
Say
to
what?
salvation.
We can't hear you.
You know?
What you say?
It might be, that's a little bit more than two.
What you say?
Isaiah 6 and 10. Make
You
the
gonna answer
heart
the question?
of this people fat.
I'm gonna get
and
back in
make
the
their
footage.
ears heavy,
I'm gonna get back in the
and shut
camera.
their eyes.
If you don't answer the
Please,
footage.
they see with their eyes,
Are you
and
gonna
hear
answer?
with their ears, and understand with their
Today,
heart, and convert.
prophecy has
and
been
be healed.
fulfilled in your
Right,
ears,
and
guys.
that's what we saw
I'm gonna let you go, guys.
in the account
But
in
you've
the
been
book of
warned.
Matthew.
Jesus is the
With
way, the
Yahweh
truth, and
Shai
the
and
life.
disciples.
Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. There is no other way. There is given to no man under heaven, no other name given to man, whereby we must be saved. But at the name of Jesus, at the name of Jesus.
It goes into that
I'm
word,
shaking the dust off my
Syrian,
feet.
which means
shaking the
initiated
dust.
one.
Right.
Because two-thirds of the nation of Israel, they can't receive the word because the Lord, he didn't open up their understanding to receive it, man. That's why you got our own people that have come up against us, and really it's them coming against Yahweh Shai, you know, and spew out their madness because they appease the demon that's on these people, man. You know? But at the end of the day, all right, this is the same disservice that was being done to Noah. All right, when Noah was back, it was the ark. All right, what was the people doing, man? They was mocking him. All right, they saw what he was doing. They paid him no mind. They said he was crazy. You know, he's wasting his time. And then it took all the way to the Lord started to make it rain. And then the Lord told Noah to go ahead and go into the ark for them to realize that, hey, all that was doing was pretty much in vain because now you need the ship that you bought Noah for building, man. Now you needed that message that what Noah was telling about repentance to come true for you. But it's too late now because the rain's here. That's what we're trying to tell our people, all right, to prepare for, man. Because see, niggas like that can do all the shucking and driving for their damn master, all right, because they can't see the destruction that we talk about coming to pass, man. All right, but as we go get back into the second Ezra, all right, your wickedness is going to be your downfall in that day, man. All right?
It's a little bit more than Isaiah 6. Read out to the 12th verse.
I'm reading Genesis 6 and start at 5. I got it.
You already got Genesis 6.
Isaiah chapter 6, verse 10. make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed.
And that's what the Lord don't want to have happen. The Lord has a predestinated remnant of Israelites in the last days that would accept the truth and be healed, right? But an overwhelming majority of the people would not.
Right, because they're consumed with the cares of the world, man.
Yep.
Like I say, you got license to do whatever wickedness that you want here in Babylon. You want to cut your rod off. You want to cut your titties off. You want to become the opposite sex. All right. You want to commit bestiality. You want to commit adultery with another man's woman. You women want to be hoes. Hey, the possibilities are endless. All right, for what you can do here in Babylon the Great. Because as they tell you, this is the land of the free, right? But the only thing free about America is the license to sin, man. Outside of that, all right, you corrupt yourself, man. Okay? Right. Which is going to lead to your destruction. Which is why, Lord is sending out men to turn back, all right, the hearts of the son to the father and the father to the son, man. To get them with the elect, man. All right?
Then said I, the Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitants. Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 11. Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitants, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate.
Right. Yeah, y'all talk about. That's what's going to happen to Babylon and everybody that wants to stay here. Right. All right, you're going to be completely destroyed. You, your children, yes. All right, your whole seed line, everything that you know and love about this place is going to be destroyed, man. Right. And rightfully so, because this place is totally wicked, man. You know?
And the Lord have removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land.
See that? This is the most God-forsaken time that's ever been recorded in history. All right? These people don't give a damn about the Most High. Don't give a damn about His Son. Don't give a damn about righteousness, man. All they care about is bullshit, man. All right? Wickedness, man. All right? Because this is how we know that, hey, these people have been given over to Satan, man. You know, this is his domain. All right? And he has respected you niggas in Satanism and in wickedness, man.
Right. That's the perfect science project.
Yeah.
A nigga.
Hey, a nigga is a personification
right.
of Satan, man.
Right.
Because the original nigga is Esau.
Right. Yeah, that's right, brother. That's right.
So we're going to Genesis chapter 6 and verse 5. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Now, we learned earlier about how in the book of Matthew, one of the prophecies said that the end times is going to be like the time of Noah. Now, we're reading in Noah's time period about how the wickedness was bad back then. And so we're in current, all right, flood behavior, and this is worse, all right? Let's see how the Most High felt back then.
Verse 6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth.
And the Lord, he was repentant that he made man. All right? Because you gotta understand, hey, the sons of God, all right, were on the earth supposed to be, living all right, righteously, man. Because this is after, all right, at the time of Adam, all right, we had the laws, okay, they were oral back then, but we still have it. And yet you have the sons of God, all right, going after the wickedness, man. Right. As you go up in that chapter, I was talking about that today.
Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. Yep. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto them, that the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men that they were fair.
Right.
And the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair.
Right. And so the average Christian will read that and think that it was, angels or whatever.
Fallen angels. Having sex with women and shit.
Yeah, no.
Crazy giants.
That's talking about the sons of God that ruled the world. We now know the Israelites, but that's before we were Israelites. That's when we didn't know that. The sons of God, because back then, it was three classifications of men. You had the sons of God, which we know now is the Israelites. All right. You had the sons of men, which were the heathen. All right. And you had the sons of the wicked, who would now be known as the Edomites. Okay. So go ahead.
And the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
Right. So you had our people, all right, intermingling with the heathen women, all right, and following after their philosophies, man, which caused our downfall. All right. That's why when you go into that word giant, you put Enoch weirdos talk about that's the Nephilim. Nah, it means the fallen ones, man, because we fell from our power because we were in sin, man.
Yeah. We were given it to idolatry, man.
Yeah.
Sons of God fell, man, trying to worship the gods of the other nations.
Right.
You know?
And that's why back then the Lord was telling us not to deal with the heathen women. Because our men would get weak for women and begin to worship their gods, man.
That's what happened to Solomon.
Solomon is the perfect example, man. Alright? Because see, they'll use that Solomon situation. See, this is why you shouldn't have multiple women. Alright? Solomon, his sin wasn't because he had over 900 women. Alright? His sin was when he got up in age, he began to worship the heathen women's gods.
Right.
Alright? Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 6 and verse 3. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years.
Right. And that was the beginning of us losing our stature. Alright? Which the stature means our renownedness ultimately, alright, our relationship with the Lord. Because as we begin to further away from Yahweh Shem Shah, our ages began to decline. That's why I said 120, man. Because when you read the previous chapters, you go into different Israelite men. You had men living like Methuselah was the closest one to live to 1,000, and he was like, I think, like 960 something, I believe. Yeah. You know, you had other men living to 500, 300. So 120 was the threshold at that time. But it's let me get real quick, Psalm 90 and 10.
Yeah, because when sin came into the earth, that was the decline. You know, the decline of mankind, the earth, you know?
Right. Psalm chapter 82 and 6. It says, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. Alright? So yeah, you are the sons of God. Alright? Even though the world is a recognizing aspect, like it tells you in 1 John chapter 3, alright, when Yahweh returns, then we will get our status back. It says, but ye shall die like men, and fall like mortal creatures. So we die because of sin. Alright? So our original mistake was to be immortal. It tells you that at the end of the Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. Alright, the Most High created, he said he created men to be immortal. But the men he was speaking about was the sons of God, man. Alright? Who now are known as the Israelites, man. So part of the curse that we're under is that a definite had entered into us, man. Right? Because of our sin.
Psalms chapter 90 and verse 10. Matter of fact, let's start at 9. For all our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. The days of our years are threescore years and 10. And the score is 25 years. So that's 75 plus 10, 85.
Yeah. No, if you lucky, you make it to 8. You know? Hell yeah.
And if by reason of strength they be 80 years, yet is their strength labor and sorrow.
Right. You ain't seeing none of our people, what they call people that live to 100 centenarians and stuff like that. But yeah, you have certain parts of the world which they call blue zones, where you have people that live to be over 100. You don't see that rarely. You rarely see that with our people, you know. And that's probably ain't gonna see that now. We know these our elders are dead.
Right, but we in hell though.
Exactly.
You know, we over here in Babylon the Great, where it wasn't meant for Jake to live long.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Michael Tour take it that real quick. Pass that. Right? Because hey, we don't even know how long we've been eating this fake food, man. You know?
Speaking on that, they just came out today, even today, yesterday, when they had a video because you know this beginning of this week was supposed to be National Cheeseburger Day.
Oh man.
And you had all these stupid motherfuckers running to these fast food restaurants getting these damn burgers for under $1. All right. And then the day after this shit happens, it comes out that they had a giant E. coli outbreak, and they had to recall thousands of pounds of beef. So what do you think was in that damn meat that you niggas was eating on so-called National Cheeseburger? Well, that's not even a fucking holiday, man. I've never heard of that until this year. You know? But that being said, all right, the video, they pretty much show you that it's human genes in the meat now. All right? But at the end of the day, like the other was saying, all right, this is hell, man. And so, long life is a promise here because this society was set up to keep you sick and die early.
I said the score was 25 to 20.
This is Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Right. That's why the Spirit has been really pushing Jake to really separate his mindset out of America.
Right.
Right? It's time to arise and depart. It's time to repent and come back to your power.
Right.
Go ahead.
And that goes into every avenue that you can possibly think of about Babylon.
Yes.
From your diet, from your entertainment, to your way of thinking, to everything that has your spirit tied to this place. You gotta get all the way out of Babylon.
That's it.
All right. It says because it is polluted.
Yeah, it's polluted, man. Everything, like you said, it wasn't. America wasn't set up for Jake to live long. He was set up to be a slave and to die early, right? And especially dealing with Jake. Look at his diet, man. Jake don't keep none of the dietary laws. Jake gonna still eat his pork, his crab, his shrimp, his lobster, his damn rats, squirrel, whatever you niggas is eating out there, man. Right? Go ahead, Doc.
Niggas health is bad.
Yeah.
And all these niggas know how to do is goddamn smoke, these backwoods, all right, drink bottom shelf liquor that's destroying your fucking temple.
Right.
All right? And like I said, the way you eat, and then like I said, everything about black culture is death. You know? How you dealing with yourself as far as with your opposite sex. You know, you niggas is down playing both sides of the fence, man. Spreading all types of diseases, which is also accumulating to our downfall, man.
Yeah. It's part of wisdom as well. Not only knowing these scriptures and having to understand it, but taking care of yourself. Yeah. That's part of having wisdom too. Read on that.
It says, it shall destroy you even with a sword of destruction.
It shall destroy you even with a sword of destruction. That's America. That's Babylon, man. That's why we need the kingdom of heaven. That's why we need Yahweh Shah, man. Can I get one more? Hebrews 13. Is it 13 or 14? Give me that real quick, man. Because, hey, if we don't, like the brother was saying earlier, man, and we see an amplification of the prophecies, man. If the Lord didn't come and save us, no flesh would be saved. Matthew 24 and verse 22. So Yahweh Shah is amping this thing up because, look, we almost out of here, man. Whether you can see it or not.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 14.
Right.
It reads, for here have we no continuous city.
For here, we have no continuous city. And you got these sellouts trying to get Jake to buy into America, build a kingdom within a kingdom, Hebrew Israelite communities, Hebrew banks. We done heard all that bullshit, man. You know, we need to separate ourselves and build our own communities, man. Jake did that already, man. And look what Esau did. He bombed it. He destroyed it. He raided it. He infiltrated it. All right? Go ahead,
But really, it was the Most High that put the spirit on Esau to do that.
Yes.
Because this is not your rest, man. All right? America was never meant to be a place for Jake to find refuge in, man.
Right.
This was our prison sentence, man.
Yeah.
All right? The very name America means bitter.
Yeah.
None of paradise has a name meaning that, man.
Right.
It's a nomen omen, man.
Right.
It's proof to this ain't our rest, man.
Exactly. And then these Jakes that got money, that's millionaires and so-called billionaires, they catching hell. They not even living a glorious lifestyle, you know?
They start catching more hell.
Hey, like I was listening to the Dallas camp earlier. You've been seeing an increase in all these celebrity divorces, man.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, hey, you on top. You can have any woman of your desire. You can have all the money, all the fame, and you're losing everything, man.
Yeah.
You know, you see these celebrities getting hit with lawsuits, all right, divorces, alimony, you know, plagues, sicknesses, and whatnot, man.
Your wife's still choosing.
Right.
Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time. His wife's still choosing.
Come on, man. She mad because she ain't getting attention from other niggas, man. What type of shit is that?
Crazy work.
Right? But and the Lord said that what? That the stars would fall from heaven. Right? Go ahead, read that again.
They not the real people you should be looking up to.
Exactly.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 14. For here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come, which is what? The kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Right? True rest. Comfort. All right? Well, we're never going to sorrow or cry again, as the scriptures tell us, man.
Yep.
You know?
You had that demon up here, Sam. You know, the brother made the point about the kingdom of heaven. Yahweh Shai is going to do away with this place, America. And that nigga said, that's not true. That's not true. Well, let's pull up this word city in that verse. It says, G4172. It says, the visible capital in the heavenly kingdom to come down to earth after the renovation of the world by fire. Okay? And how is that gonna be brought about? How is that renovation of the earth by fire gonna come? By those thermonuclear missiles that are prophesied in the scriptures.
Yep.
All right, that's gonna be the cleansing agent, the second death, the lake of fire spoken of in the book of Revelation.
So that nuclear destruction is necessary.
Yeah, for our city to come about.
That fire is it's like when the Lord flooded the earth with the water, and He had to cleanse the earth from all the wickedness, man. And so what the fire is representative of is the reset button this second go around, man. Because the Lord promised the earth, all right, during the time of this, all right, that He wasn't going to flood the earth anymore. That's why we have a rainbow. And part of proving how these places is wicked as hell, they took that very symbol of that covenant and turned it into one of the most abominable, wickedest things that you can do out here, man. Be a monk, right? Which according to the law is an abomination and is meant to be put to death.
Fire is needed. Fire cleanses the impurities.
Right.
Like it tells you in 2 Ezra, the 4th chapter, that the world is full of infirmities, wickedness, you know?
That beast of destruction, that beast is going into that sweeping agent. So that fire is about to sweep across all of Babylon. It's going to cleanse the atmosphere. It's going to get rid of all that wickedness that's going over in Israel right now. But it's about to, as brothers have been going into, it's going to clean the entire earth.
Ocean.
We definitely had some bread. We had still a lot of blood, right? So one of the main reasons Babylon was very supposed to be destroyed is according to Numbers 35 and 33. All right? They shed a lot of the Israelites' blood over here, so this land has to be cleansed. Right? It only can be cleansed by the blood of the men that shed it.
Balance.
Yeah.
So Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
Right, so this is what John the Revelator, the Apostle John, saw. He saw a new heaven and a new earth. And how did that come about? The destruction. World War III. Okay? Read on.
And that word new going into Minos. Fresh.
Fresh.
It says, for the first heaven and the first earth are passed away.
See, the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. Real quick, Isaiah 65. Is it Isaiah 65 or Isaiah 66?
6.
Yeah, give me that. That's the precept to that. Yeah.
Isaiah 65.
66 and
66 and 15.
It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire,
Yep.
and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Right. And the Lord's going to do that by nuclear destruction and also the chariots, but it's another one, I think. Hold on. Isaiah 65 and Salakia. It's 17, Salakia. That's the one I need. We'll go back to Revelation 20.
Isaiah 65 and 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth.
Right, so mind you, this is in the Old Testament here. He said that he's going to create a new heavens and a new earth. Read on.
And the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind.
Right, the former earth, this current setup, this current world, is not going to come to mind in the kingdom of heaven. The Lord's going to create a new heaven and a new earth by the destruction. Right?
The magnitude of that is heavy, because it said the kingdom of heaven is going to be so great that America's not going to be an afterthought.
Come on, man. It's just a dream, a nightmare, man.
Yeah, because according to today's society, all right, America is put up like the greatest kingdom that ever was on the earth.
Right.
You have different what they call the 7 wonders of the world. The old wonders, you got the new wonders, all right. And And they got America that's supposed to outshine all that. So the kingdom of heaven says it's going to be so great that none of that's going to be enough.
I got something to add to that. This is Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. Speaking of Babylon the Great America. Verse 10. It shall not be quenched night or day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever.
Post-destruction.
Post-destruction. Verse 11. But the cormorant and the bitter shall possess it. Speaking of those desert creatures.
That means somebody's going to inhabit this place. He said this place is going to burn forever.
The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. And that line of confusion is to say that it's going to be impossible to distinguish this place.
Yeah, it's like you have state, city lines, where you can tell, all right, North Carolina, all right, when you pass it to the South Carolina state line, all right, and all throughout these different highways, taking you different places. None of that's going to be recognizable anymore. This is going to be one big ass destroyed land.
Rocky Mountains, the Appalachian Mountains, all that shit's gonna get flat.
Grand Canyon.
Mississippi River and shit. Go ahead, go back. Start at the top.
Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
All right, so we're speaking about a new heaven, new earth. Go ahead.
For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
That's this world. That's everything on this side. It's about to pass away. It's about to be melted away. Go ahead.
And there was no more sea.
Yep.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of the heavens.
Right. So in the Christian church, they show you the city of Jerusalem, like a new kingdom descending from space down to the earth. That's not what that's talking about. That's talking about the elect that are going to have their glory, their new bodies coming out of them chariots, man.
Yep.
Read on.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven.
New Jerusalem, right? The new bodies, the elect coming down out of the chariots, perfected, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Can I get a quick piece just to add to your point? Ezekiel 5 and 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, this is Jerusalem. I have set it in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about her. Just adding to your point that Jerusalem is a people that is before a place.
That's right.
And the fact that it said New Jerusalem, as the Quran has said, there's those new bodies.
Yep.
That's being perfected.
This is Luke 17 and 21. Neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you.
Yeah, the kingdom of heaven, right? The kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shad starts with his men. All right, and that's by the way of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right?
Back in Revelation 21 and verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven.
Yep.
Prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Yeah, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, man. Imagine how Jake gonna look. All right, when they come out with those new extraterrestrial bodies, man. Right? To implement a supernatural government on the earth. How about that? Go ahead.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying,
Yep.
Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men.
All right, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, man. All right, the prophets. There ain't no prophetess, man. All right, the Lord ain't raised up no women to come out here and teach the scriptures, man. All you women with platforms and churches and out here teaching and shit, you going off, man. And the Lord really gonna start getting with you women, man, because you women don't know how to shut the hell up, man.
Right.
There's a position, man. Play your part.
It's an order.
It's an order, man.
You women that's supposed to be in the truth, man, you should be taking heed to what you're seeing going on. These women that's out so-called out the truth, man. Hey, you got that serial killer that's been killing them, the Instagram models, man. You've been seeing these different weird deaths that been happening to these so-called pretty women.
Right.
So you so-called sisters should be taking heed and getting yourself in order, man. Lord ain't sparing y'all
Yeah. You women gonna get it, man. Talking about the Lord dealing with you, you on the platform, breaking the scriptures down completely wrong. Right?
Scriptures say I suffer not a woman to teach.
Right. It also tells you that it's something you want to learn the scripture, you want to do that shit at home.
Right.
Two-thirds, the majority of two-thirds is going to be women, man. You know, there's already more women than men. Exactly. So when you see two-thirds, imagine that 7 to 1 of those is women out here, man.
Right.
That's to make you want to get yourself in order, you know, and you know, follow as the scriptures tell you to, man, to obey.
Yeah. I got something real quick before you go back. Ezekiel 13 and 17, and it reads, it says, likewise, thou son of man, set thy face against the daughters of thy people. That's your Israelite women. Ezekiel 13 and 17. It says, likewise, thou son of man, set thy face against the daughters of thy people, which prophesy out of their own heart, and prophesy thou against them. So the Lord told us to prophesy against these wicked-ass two-third Israelite women out here that think they prophetess, that think the Holy Spirit dealing with y'all. You going off, man.
It says, now son of man, speak out against the women who prophesy from their own imagination.
Exactly. That's you women out there with all these different platforms, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a damn Muslim, all right, or you're an Israelite, man. All you women are going off, man. Right? Because you prophesied out of your own mind. The Spirit ain't dealing with you because that's not your position. Right? And then you got these simps, right? And these clown-ass niggas on the comment board bigging her up. Oh, good listen, sister. It was enlightening.
Sister, I need it.
Sister, Spirit on you, sis. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Hey, keep reading. This is what the sovereign Lord says.
Keep going.
This is what the sovereign Lord says. What sorrow awaits you women who are ensnaring the souls of my people, young and old alike.
Yeah, because all these women that have these major platforms that are out here breaking the scriptures down completely wrong, you leading Jake to death. Right. You destroying your people, man. Because that wasn't your position, man.
Because if you truly was knowledgeable in the scripture, but you're not, because the scripture tell you you didn't contradict them. You see, the 2 times the Lord showed an example when a woman tried to lead, man. Death came into the world, man. All right? First, then with Eve, and then the second time we had that, I forgot her name, but she eventually tried to become the king of Israel, and then she ended up like putting her son to death or whatever. She eventually died, man. Right? You were never meant to be a leader. You're a natural born servant. That's what a woman means. Literally, the etymology of the word woman means a female servant.
Get any more than?
Yeah. It says, you tie magic charms on their wrists and furnish them with magic veils. Do you think you can trap others without bringing destruction on yourselves?
Exactly. So not only are you trapping the people that you misleading, but you bringing destruction upon yourself, man. But these women are proud, man. You can't tell them nothing, and the only way they're gonna learn is when the judgment come down. That's right.
They feel out that power, man.
Right.
And you stupid niggas is the ones giving them that power, man. Because no man in his right mind should be looking for that woman to guide him anyway. Not even that last one. You know?
Let me add on to that real quick before we go back. The Spirit got on you women real quick. Isaiah 3 and 12, it says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. And the Lord said that what? That a woman would encompass a man. Will compass a man, meaning the woman would be in a position over the man.
You go into that word capacity means to go around the man's authority.
Exactly. And that's why shit is all out of control out here.
And when you really look at the situation that we're explaining, all right, we're really trying to go around the authority of the Heavenly Father.
Exactly.
Because He's the one that set up the order. All right, it's the Most High. How you got it?
Let me finish it out. It says, and women rule over them. Oh, my people, this is what the Lord said. Let me read it again. Isaiah 3 and 12. As for my people, you Israelites, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Oh, my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. So when these women are out here on all these different, like you go on YouTube, man, there's so many different women apostles, women prophetess, right? Women pastors, and all they're doing is leading the people into error, man. Right? Destroying our people, man. And you goofball niggas is out there endorsing it, man.
You see that in the regular J community, man. All right, who is the family headed by? The matriarchy, man.
Right.
And look at all the destruction of the family that's being led through big months, man. All right, like Apostle Car is calling, Big Shirley, man. All the families that's led by Big Shirley, they're all destroyed, man. All right, you see how they're raising up these little boys to be faggots, raising up these little girls to be hoes, and they got these little sucker ass niggas, pretty much nickel and dime for them everywhere and everything they do, man.
Yeah.
All right? That's due to the woman being in the head.
Yeah.
That's not your position.
Her position of being a leader is, as we read, is led our people into error. See, her position being in that leadership position is the spirit of rebellion, right? And she ain't gonna let that power go. She gonna continue to rebel until the Lord get with her.
And she has a demon called penis envy. She desires power. Well, let me say it like this. She thinks that she desires power. But when they get it, they see that it's not all cracked up to what they think it to be, man. Because it was a study that came out that pretty much saying that these women that's in this position of authority, they really regret it. Because as women, you're not biologically built to handle all that stress, man.
Exactly.
Because see, what you gotta realize is that the Israelite man, and we hold a lot of stress within us, man. All right, because it's literally us against the world, and you don't see a strong man really break down like that until he reaches his breaking point, man. All right, but you women, you're not built like that, man. You can't handle the slightest thing of stress, man. That's why you see depression and you put women on this medication at an all-time high, man.
As we see, this can only exist in an Edomite head, right? If Israelites were in the correct seat, these things, we wouldn't see women going off the way they are right now, man. But Esau enables women, to go against Yahweh Shai and go against the man and against the order, man.
But you even see that over there in the East, man. All right, their societies are more structured because the woman knows her place over there. That's why you see a lot of these Middle Eastern women. They talk down on you Babylonian women. Man.
Right. Because this westernized society has taught women that their position as being the helper, the caregiver, taking care of the home and all of that, it's conditioned women to think that that's oppression.
But that's the results of feminism. Because that's what feminism started to become. All right, in the early stages, around like the first or second wave, they was pretty much getting the norm for the women to reject the mind state of being a wife and having wifely duties. It began to push you trying to chase your own dream, man, which was something that was fed into you, into women's live, man, which was funded by the Rockefellers, man.
I just had 2% if I made. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 16, just because brothers have made mention of Eve having penis envy, right? Wanting to surpass a man. I'm reading it. Genesis 3 and 16 in the NLT. Then he said unto the woman, I will sharpen the pregnancy, so like I will sharpen the pain of your pregnancy, and in pain you will give birth.
That's why you women have birth pain. All right? Because that goes back to punishment of your sins, man. Giving Adam that women philosophy because of the law. Okay?
And you will desire to control your husband.
You will desire to control your husband. Is that not penis envy? In a nutshell, so yeah, that's in the Bible. All right? And then you got it so bad now to where you run with this term called toxic masculinity. All right? Which is a farce, man. That's a new term that's modernized, man. Because there was no toxic masculinity back in the Bible, ancient Bible times, man. And was Abraham, was he toxic when he sent Hagar and Ishmael, out with nothing but a thing of water? Is that toxic? That was the law. All right? Because you women aren't entitled to nothing. You are a possession, man. And scripture tell you that. Right?
Masculinity is only toxic to a land that's ruled by femininity.
Yeah, that's right.
Because the fucking ruler, he's a mo. He doesn't know how to be masculine, man. That's why he wants you to have a baby face and take all the bass out your voice.
Yeah. Everything in the society is to demasculate. Is that the word?
Demasculate.
Demasculate the man. They want to get rid of any type of manly energy, man.
That's why they put soy in everything. And soy is a major cause of estrogen, man.
Right.
And a lot of you men out here are overly full of estrogen. That's why you think it's gay. That's why you offended. That's why you soft, man. Right, go ahead.
Continuing in the ladder, it says,
women full of testosterone. So we both fucked up.
We got to get the hell out of here. We got to get the fuck out of here. That's just the solution.
Right.
Go ahead, Alex.
And you will desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't escape that role.
Yep.
And deep down, you gonna desire. You desire to be ruled over, man.
That's what they be talking about on this bullshit ass internet. I'm in my soft girl era now. I'm
That
gonna
is a
man
front.
to rule over you.
Yeah, that's mostly a front, so they will, supplant. But it's going to actually take place, like Yashima says, when society collapses, nature's going to reset its course, man. You women are going to naturally fall back into that role. Hey, ain't going to be no room for no masculine women in the time of Jacob's trouble.
Right.
Because you bitches going to be looking for a cover, man.
Right, and that's how you know. We know that you women are wicked because you know what you're doing. Prime example. When it was talking about drafting people for World War III and drafting women into this World War III, women was all over the internet and Twitter talking about my role is in the kitchen. I'm supposed to be in the kitchen. I ain't supposed to be out in the battlefield. So you women know what's up, man.
Yeah. It's just this bullshit society that gives you the license. Like you said, America, the land of the free. The free to fucking shit. For you stupid bitches out here that have taken on this whole modern era, this modern woman era, and trying to lead niggas, and you see, man, you're gonna be destroyed, man.
You destroyed yourself.
I had that first one. Just to go into the order, right?
The spirit got to get on the Israelite woman, man.
Yep.
She's accountable too.
Like you said, top side gets the daughters of Israel.
Come on, man.
Yep. And the header right here says rules for divine worship.
Yep.
1 Corinthians 11:1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach.
Yep.
Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
That's right.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of every woman is the man.
Yeah, the head of every woman is the man. That never changed, right? No matter what you sips and you white knights think, man. Go ahead.
The woman is God. She came first.
Right. But that's a woman. You can't talk about her.
That's a female. You can't hit her.
Yeah, all right. Go ahead.
And the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh.
Yeah, so there's an order, man. Let all things be done decently and in order, man. Go ahead, Alex. That's it, man.
This is why everything is messed up. Because the order has been all jacked up, man. Alright, hey, the man, he doesn't have no damn head. Alright, this nigga head is anything that he finds that he can worship. The black woman, her head is not like it is just the white man. Alright, and the children, they worship the damn mother. Because the mother gives them life to do whatever they want, man. You know, so this is why Israel, we need him, man.
The scriptures say the mother ruled out foundations, man.
Yeah.
But the father established the house. Why do the scriptures say that, man? Because the father figure is important, man. All right? Go ahead, let's go back to that.
Back in Revelation 21 and verse, I'll start back in verse 1.
So,
And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away,
Yep.
and there was no more sea.
yep.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven,
Yeah, that's the elect and the new bodies. Go ahead.
prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Let's go.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven say, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men.
Right, so you women, do you hear that? The tabernacle of the Most High is with men. All right, go ahead.
And he will dwell with them.
And he will dwell with them. And that tabernacle also going back to who? The house of David, the tabernacle of David.
That's right.
The elect. Go ahead.
Because what is the tabernacle? What's the tabernacle for? That's for the priests and judges.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a woman come up, I'm gonna testify. What you need in order to testify? You gotta have testimony. Huh? You know?
Right. And the Most High dealt with Israel by the way of the temple.
Yep.
That's why in these last days, what did the Lord do? He raised up a spiritual temple.
That's right.
The prophets, the house of David, the men that you see all over the planet, pushing the same thing. In the name and the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Al-Shai, Ba'ashim Al-Kakadash. That's right.
And he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people.
Yep.
And the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power.
Yeah. Hey, the second covenant. All right, the new covenant, which we're going to enter into in the kingdom of heaven, which is not now you goofy ass niggas out there, man. Go ahead, man.
And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
That's the point I wanted to get. A new heaven, a new earth, man. This ain't our glory over here. This ain't our society, man. This ain't our world. We have no continuous city, but we seek one to come. All right, so we got all our chips in Yahweh Shai in the kingdom, man. Right? Go ahead, I'll read some more.
And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
Yeah, you see that? No more crying, no more suffering, no more sorrow. Ain't no crying and no suffering. You know? No more drama, man. No more baby mamas, no more child support. Right? No more wicked ass niggas, no more wicked ass bitches. All right? You know? No more bad bitches. How about a good woman?
No more niggas.
Right, no more niggas. Fuck a bad bitch. I want a good woman. How about that? That's what we about to have. That's what we waiting on. Read on, Doc.
And there shall be no more death,
Yep.
neither sorrow nor crying.
Right, ain't gonna be no more death, no more sorrow, no more crying. And imagine that, man. You gotta imagine it. Imagine all of Israel. All right. And the Lord said that all my people shall be righteous. Imagine a world where every single Jake you see is 100% righteous, bro. That's beautiful, man.
Imagine a world you ain't gotta get mugged by your brother.
Come on, man.
You ain't got women trying to trap you up, bro.
Come on, man.
You gonna eat real food, breathe real air, drink real water, and on top of that, we gonna see the Most High's face.
Right.
Because the Lord has his back turned to us right now because of this part of the religion.
That's right.
And the one, like I said, the main reason why we died is because we got sin upon us, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you could be around 100 Jakes and not feel uneasy, not feel nervous. Yeah, you
You don't know nigga got a gun.
God damn.
Hey.
Right, Jake be looking all crazy, hoodies on, mask, you know?
And all blacked out.
All blacked out and
Walk
shit.
around with fucking shiesty mask on and
Come
shit.
on, man. You gotta feel all nervous and shit, man. Right? Hey, them days are coming to an end.
If you want to be able to be able to function with your people and not worry about a fight breaking out,
Come on, man. You know?
No more locked doors.
Right.
No locked doors.
Jake step on your shoe. Hey, Shalakia.
Yeah, no nigga mode.
It ain't gonna be no nigga pulling the strap out. You know, making a phone call and calling the goons to run up on somebody.
We're gonna pop the trunk.
Come on, man. That shit gotta go, man. Go ahead, Axel. But we try to paint the picture with words, man. We try to give you the visual. You gotta, hey, like the apostle said, you gotta be able to be a visionary. You gotta visualize this, man. Picture it while you read it, man. This is what we seek for, man. But we the bug outs for one that, right?
And that's that rest that we seek.
Yeah. You people are sick, man. You are in a constant state of psychosis, man. All right? You are uneasy in a world that was meant to keep you crazy.
Yeah.
So now we're telling you that we're looking for a world in which righteousness is going to be, and we're being crazy because we don't want to partake in the wickedness that's going on here.
Right.
So Revelation 21 and verse 4. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
Yep.
And there shall be no more death,
That's right.
neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain.
No more strugglers, man. No more struggling. All right. No more barely making it. No more having not having shit. Right? We all know that feeling. No more lacking, man. Any more?
They say amen when you go in there.
That's the spirit.
Then the brother had the 77 on the plate.
Oh yeah, it's the spirit.
It's all spirit.
No, there shall nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
See that? The former things have passed away. This current world we living in, man. The Lord is about to melt this shit. About to get rid of it. That's it.
I did completion possible. As I say, 7 is completion. Perfection. You know, we're going to have a perfect world.
And he sat upon the throne, and he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new.
Woo! See, Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai said, look, I make all things new. He's going to give us a refreshed planet Earth that's going to dwell with what? Righteousness. Any more?
I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful.
Exactly. Can we add one more? Acts 3 and start at verse 19 or 18. Right? Because we're talking about the refreshing of the earth, the restitution of all things. This is what we looking for.
Oh, yeah, probably, yeah,
This is the book of Acts chapter 3 and verse 19. It says, repent ye therefore and be converted,
Yup.
that your sins may be blotted out when the times of refreshing shall come from the presence of the Lord.
Right, so we want to be found blameless, man. We want our sins and transgressions to be blotted out before what? Before the refreshing of the Lord comes, man. Before he destroys this place, man. We want to be found on the good side of Yahweh Shalom side, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Good side of history. History.
Right, hey, because look, if we part of the elect, we're going to be part of the story.
All the members of the elect are written in the book of life. So you're going to have your own story written about you in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
You know? That's what we desire, man.
Exactly. What you gonna tell to your descendants, man?
Yeah.
How beautiful is that, man? You was the one that survived Babylon, right? You was the one that made it out of that final captivity. You saw it. You saw the destruction. You got beamed up. You endured Jacob's trouble. You can tell that story. I was there. This is what happened. Imagine telling that in the kingdom. You know, just being visual. You know, using your imagination. You know?
It says that he shall send Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, which before was preached unto you,
That's right.
whom the heaven must receive unto the times of restitution of all things.
Into the heavens must receive into the restitution of all things, because Yahweh Shai is in the spirit realm, waiting to come back. And when he comes back, he's going to bring what? The restitution, meaning the restoration of the earth.
After restoring the earth back to the original state it was created to be in.
That's it.
All right, because we're of the elect, we're of the Allahim that read about we're creating the earth back in Genesis 1.
Yeah, that's that divine counsel, the original divine counsel from the beginning.
That's what we went into earlier about, unto you, it was given the mystery, all right, that Mysterion, the initiator.
right,
because you was back there in that secret council that the Lord had to create everything.
That's right.
Okay? And that makes sense because you see why the elect is the only one that really cares about restoring the earth back to the way it's supposed to be. Man. Because Lord willing, that's us. We were there creating it. Right?
Everybody else don't give a fuck.
Nah, they just here. It's like these why a lot of these people that inherit these riches, they blow because they don't really care. They didn't have to put the work in to inherit it.
There's no appreciation about it.
Yeah. Hey, we putting the work in, man. All right? It says,
It's restitution in the free dictionary.
Yep.
It says here, it reads, the act of restoring to the rightful owners of something.
Ooh, the act of restoring to the rightful owners of something, because really, if we are the elect, we're the rightful owners to the earth, man, to the planet.
tell you that in the Ezra, second Ezra 6, man. If this world belongs to us, then why don't we
Yes.
own a part of the inheritance coming on the line, man? You know?
When are we going to partake in the inheritance? That's what Ezra's asking the Lord.
Yeah, because the world was created for our sake, man.
Right.
I got it right here for you. Second Ezra chapter 7 and 11. Because for their sakes I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. No?
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying, man. The world was created for our sakes, man. And when Adam was given the law, statutes, and commandments to govern the world, right? He pretty much was, when he sinned, all right, we lost that connection, right? We're going to get that connection given back, all right, when we get the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, and we fucked up big time. And this is the punishment. So the Lord is punishing us by allowing the basis of men to rule over us. Right? See, we're looking at the finished product of the wicked ruling the earth. This is the product of a wicked man in the power seat of ruling, man. This is what you get. Right? This is why, according to Romans, the 8th chapter, it said that all of the Lord's creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God, man. The earth is literally mourning, the animals, the plants, the earth itself is waiting for what? The sons of God, the Israelites, to be put back in power so things could be ran the perfect way.
Yeah.
You know?
Like we were going into that Genesis 6, man. all right, the earth began to suffer the further away that the children of God, got away from Yahweh. That's why Yahweh shot.
You got a lot. It's a lot.
It reads, the act of restoring to the rightful owner something that has been taken away, lost, or surrendered. The act of making good or compensating for loss, damage, or injury. It says to return to or restoration of a previous state or position.
Yeah, because the earth is going to go back to the Garden of Eden. The earth is going to be restored back to paradise, man. See that? And Yahweh Shai is going to do that.
Yeah. They think, they read about the Garden of Eden in Genesis, and it was just one area, which, Jerusalem is going to be the headquarters, but the Garden of Eden really is the whole world.
Right.
But the scriptures tell you it was a garden eastward of you.
Yeah.
It made sure to make a specific point of reference, which is that fertile crescent area.
Exactly.
It says the act of giving back something that was lost or stolen.
Was not the earth? Did we not lose possession of the earth due to our iniquities? All right, and then you had the fucking Edomites. They stole everything from us.
They stole your identity and said, nah, them niggas came from monkeys swinging on trees and shit.
It says the act of compensating for loss or injury by reverting as far as possible to the position before such injury occurred.
Exactly, man. So the earth has to be repaired, man. Right? There's going to be a repairing process, man, and that's going to happen via nuclear destruction. Like we went into earlier, the fire is the cleansing agent, man. It's going to clean up the earth. It's going to clean up the chemtrails in the sky. It's going to clean out all the toxicity in the ocean. It's going to get rid of these GMO plants, these GMO people. It's going to melt all this damn rock and brick that Esau got established all over the earth. So the earth needs that. Just like they do that with crops, right? After a certain amount of time, they burn them out, right? To cleanse the soil, right?
That's what,
I forgot what it's called.
Shia went into that a couple weeks ago and showed you that I think he said the Aztecs did that. They were, beef on a certain part of the land, and when they were about to leave it, they would burn all the crops and the ash would cleanse the land.
See, that's heavy, man. Even within that aspect, so imagine when the Lord does it to the planet. Everything got to get cleansed. But anyway, let's go back to that.
He's going to take his crop, he's going to take his fruit, and then just burn everything else up.
Exactly. Because, the elect are what? The first fruits.
The choice vine.
The choice vine. And the first fruits is always offered, you know what I'm saying? Sacrifice.
Hey, not doing with the animal sacrifice, was not whatever was left over burnt. Is America not known as a sacrifice?
No, man.
Who will be known as a sacrifice?
Isaiah 34th chapter.
No.
He said he had a sacrifice in Basra, man.
That's right. But back in Acts chapter 3 and verse 21, whom the heaven, I'm sorry, right here, 20, he said, he shall sing your house side of Hamashiach, which before was preached unto you, whom the heaven must receive unto the times of restitution of all things, which the Most High has spoken by the mouth of all his holy prophets since the world began. Since the world began, this has always been the message, man. All right? Of the what? Of the coming of the chosen one, man. Yahweh Shai, man. Restoring the earth, man. Bringing victory, salvation to his people. Right. That's why when you had, the disciples back when Yahweh Shai came into the city 2,000 years ago, they were asking him, will thou now restore the kingdom of Israel? Coming from heaven to Israel? Right. And he said, well, time yet, but we're here telling you that time is fastly approaching. Right. We will receive the kingdom of heaven, Lord willing. All right, we'll be elect because we see the end now. Yeah, we see it. We are in the last few seconds of Esau's rulership, man. That's right, the end of all the heathen rulership is that, man. Because you niggas don't, you damn Chinese motherfuckers, you Russians, you elite bankers, none of you niggas are going to have a rulership once Babylon is done. Like I was listening to the elder that I went to earlier. Hey, when you go into the bunkers, that's it for you. You ain't building shit after that, man. You're gonna be reserved. You're gonna be reserved in them bunkers until the Lord brings the elect down and pick your ass out, man. Jeremiah 16 and 16. Those Christians gonna turn to hunters, man. And the Lord said, we're gonna hunt you out of them holes and them rocks, man. That's why, what, I want to say about 7-8 years ago, it came out with the article how the elites have those bunkers or whatever out there in the Antarctica. And they had like some type of titanium reinforced doors
Whereas like basically it's no way you could break it down. But yeah, boom proof, and then on top of that, they have all the world's reserve seeds. You know, so when they come out of them bunkers in their mind, they're gonna replenish the earth, and they're gonna rule the world under Satan. In his image.
Niggas is crazy.
This nigga crazy for real.
I'm gonna blow up the earth and then come back out of it. That's why the scriptures say in Matthew 24 and 22 that no flesh will be saved.
Right.
That's why it's a fairy tale, because they call themselves, they said they're going to rise from the ashes like a phoenix. A phoenix is not a real bird. Exactly. So your dream is a fairy tale.
Exactly. That's it.
I had something right
Go
quick
ahead,
for me.
brother.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2. And let me see here. I'll start at verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided.
Yeah, the kingdom is going to be divided, man. Read that again, Salakia.
Daniel 2 and 41.
Yep.
And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided.
Yeah, because Esau, his kingdom is divided, man. Those European nations, all right, NATO, they all divided, man. And eventually, it's all gonna fall apart, because them very nations, they're gonna turn on America, man. Yeah, the beast shall hate the whore.
Right. We see that sedition being brought about now, man. All of these various talks that are had at these summits and these speeches where these political figures are going up on these panels, you can sense that there's, division amongst these nations. Everybody's out for their own best interest.
It's division amongst the elites. That's why I let it know that this shit ain't gonna last, because we tell you, if Satan be against Satan, how can his kingdom be staying?
There's a lot of in-house fighting going on amongst these Edomites. Everybody's battling for power and position.
That's been hitting them old since the beginning, man. Nigga always fighting within himself, man. He's on the devil.
Right, well it tells you that the red horse, and he will make war with himself. Right? It tells you that in Revelation 6 and 4. Continuing on. Verse 4.
He come into power. Going back to these seasons and whatnot. They were killing each other and getting the power, getting poisoned. They were fools against themselves.
You go back to Alexander after he died. All his generals, they started going to war with each other.
Ptolemy and Seleucus,
But they had another leader in the country, one of them, he's moving back to 5. They don't talk about the tradition. They said he was the most powerful king. They teamed up to kill him.
Oh wow, that's hefty.
And on top of that, they said that pretty much Alexander the Great, quote unquote, had a son. They killed him.
Man, see, Esau bloodthirsty, man. That's how he get down, man. He'll take his own people out. Hell, look what he's doing now.
You read about that in the Midweek. Esau was fighting against himself, bro. And then as Jacob up.
Right.
Continuing on, Daniel chapter 2 and verse 41 in the latter. But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Yeah, them going into those weaker nations of the European Union, man. Because I remember it was a lot of arguments about 7-8 years ago, right? You had the Brexit and all that. You had other nations that was talking about leaving the EU because you had a lot of immigrants coming over there into Europe, and it was something about taxation. It was a lot of stuff going on, and they was looking at the top European nations, such as like I want to say like England and Germany.
That's what you had around Brexit.
Yeah, around the Brexit, and they weren't trying to take care of all them damn refugees and shit. Like there was a lot of in-house beef going on about that shit, man. You know, I got to look back into it. But all of this is playing out now, man. Eventually, as we see in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, he's about to break all that shit up. You know, even those pipelines. Remember the Nord Stream 1 and 2. Those pipelines provided was it gas to Russia, energy, all that shit, and America blew it up, right? But that also affected Europe. You know what I'm saying? So those so-called Europeans is mad as hell at America, man.
Those supposed to be your allies. You know, strong arm your allies and shit. This is why the devil is not to be trusted.
Come on, man. Back doors, all type of shit, man. Go ahead, Al.
Verse 43. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another,
Right.
even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Right. So, read that for me one more time.
God. Daniel 2:43.
Yep.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to break them up, you know? And right now, there's a lot of European nations that are making side deals with Russia, man. Backdoor deals, you know? Because America put sanctions on every goddamn body, man. Fucking up the economy, fucking up, you basically taking food out of people's mouths, man.
Yep.
You know, so it's a lot of tension that's going on globally amongst those NATO European nations and whatnot, man. Between America, all that. You know? Go ahead. Oh.
You see nations like France coming out and telling nations not to mess with America anymore. Because, as we understand, Babylon is that unfit king, man. Any king, so you take care of the masters that are underneath you. But America, they just abuse the masters, interfere. So that's why you're seeing them team up in these backdoor deals with the elder mentioned, to come up against Babylon the Great.
Yes.
What you just said. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, which goes into the mind state of the wicked.
Right.
Verse 6. It says, "Come on therefore, and let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in you. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass us by. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this."
Yeah. This is their blessing, man. Right? They have more than a heart could wish, as the scriptures say, man. You know, they pride themselves in their riches and, you know, they're basically occupying the planet, man. But all them days is coming to an end, as they do know. That's why Esau is fighting to keep his kingdom. Right? He's ready to chip niggas up. He's ready to unleash the NWO. He's ready to roll down on the believers of the Bible. Right? He's putting legislation into play. Right? We saw it today. I think one of the brothers posted that Biden is talking to the World Health Organization to arrest people that are not in line with pretty much America's policy.
They said if you're not using mainstream articles, then you're liable to spreading disinformation in the video on that day.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you that Esau's preparing to come down upon you. You're preparing to be thrown in jail, man.
Yeah.
Prepare to be fined thousands of dollars, man. They get ready to come down on so-called free speech.
That's what the social credit score is about, right? Where these banks, all right, now they watch your social media posts, right? You're gonna be taxed, you're gonna be jailed, all right? You're gonna be defrauded out of your bank accounts based on what you believe in. You talk shit about America and the politics and the presidents, and you may not have a bank account.
You're gonna be deplatformed, man.
Come on, man, cancel.
Yeah, you had that dealing with this Christian group that pretty much Christian nonprofit group. Bank of America to shut them down for no reason. Talking about they don't align with their beliefs.
There you go.
They can just come up with anything because talking about this out a couple months back. A lot of these companies that was on EKG score or whatever. ESG score, which pretty much is their social credit score.
Yep.
So if they're aligning with what the government wants, or at least wants, their score gets boosted. But when they don't, their score is plummets, man, and that affects their business.
Yep.
So of course they're going to go along with the agenda.
Yeah.
They want to be looked at as good in the eyes of these elites.
Yeah, all them companies on board.
ESG.
That's why you see what happened with Target and all these other Bud Light, right? They're not concerned with the loss of sales because they're being financed by these banks.
Yeah, you don't really see and understand the money they're getting behind the scenes of doing this shit.
Right.
So the little millions they're losing because you keep on that, they don't care about this shit.
Right.
It shows you it's all the big ass simulation state. It's all this is not life. It's not living, man.
It's Revelation chapter 12 and verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her
Yeah,
seed.
the dragon going back to Esau, this beast system. All right? It said that the dragon was wroth with the woman, the Israelites. Right? He's ready to take out Israel. Go ahead.
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
Right, so all these things tie into the war that the dragon is about to implement upon the woman, man. The censorship, the misinformation bullshit, the control narrative, the social credit scores, right? The smart cities, all right? The mass chipping of the world, the crashing of the economy. You know, this is all tying into that war that this dragon is getting ready to wage on the woman, Jacob, man.
Specifically the remnant of her seed.
That's it.
Because the remnant is standing in total opposition to the status quo of what they're promoting in these last days.
Exactly.
Because the main target of all this is you tribes, man. Because Esau, hey, he know he gonna get the other nations. That's a given.
Right.
But
2/3 got him in the back pocket.
That's what I was gonna say. The 2/3, all right, he wants to get as many souls as he wants. All right, this is why he's doing all these things. Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. And what's some of those unrighteous decrees, man? You got the Project Mosquito, all right, the King Alpha plan, Recreation 4, Project Light, all right, you know, Agenda 21. We go on and on for days about all the legislation Esau has to prepare to come down upon us, man. You know? And it's talking for you, Jake. Verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless, man. Right? So their target is you Jakes, man. Because they want to push you in a position so bad to where you will forsake your power and worship Esau, man. And that's ultimately what it's all coming down to. He wants to be worshipped as the Most High. So he's gonna bottleneck the whole world and make everybody bow to him. Right? And that's why he's mainly coming for the elect, because he knows the people on the planet that no matter what he does, even unto death, they're not going to bow. That's it. I tell you, I've reserved 7,000 that have not bowed the knee to Baal. Hey, that opposition is great, whether they want to admit it or not. And they know. All right? That's why you have the red, blue, and yellow list. That's why they have re-education centers. That's why they have the guillotine. They know exactly what they're going to do with whatever individual brother they get their hands on. The Most High allows them to put their hands on.
That's right.
Because everything is in the hand of the Lord. All right? Nothing will happen without his location.
So Revelation chapter 12 and verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High, and have the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach.
And it's through this very testimony that we have is what's bringing down this man's empire.
Right.
Right? That's what it's about, man. You know? Yahushua, man. You know? So he knows that his inevitable end is coming upon him, man. There's nothing they can do. But Yahweh is going to put the spirit on Esau to fight back. Right? But at the end, we know how, according to the prophecies, how his demise is going to happen. See that?
You can't escape it either, man. It's written. Things are written aforetime, was written for our learners. So the main way to keep your hope and faith up is to know that Esau's not going to win.
It's not. It's already written for the elect to have the victory, man.
And the scripture tell you, look at that real quick, Job 24. And this man, he's on his way out. All right? You know, it may look like he's about to checkmate. The Lord's about to checkmate his ass, man. Okay?
This is the book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short?
The triumphing of the wicked is short. They always lose, no matter what. All throughout history, all right, the wicked always, they even though they won for a time period, all right, justification always came out though, man. Yeah. Justice, man.
Hey, isn't it like that in every movie?
Yeah.
The villain you always think the villain about to go ahead and do what he got to do and end everything, and then all of a sudden, his ass get taken down.
They call it retconning.
Yeah.
Like in the Avengers, Infinity War. You watch that, you be like, damn, this nigga won.
Right.
They had to bring out Endgame to correct everything.
Right.
You know? That's what the Most High is about to do, man. So Esau, the Lord's going to allow Esau to destroy certain parts of the world. But the Lord is going to send the elect in to retcon everything that he destroyed so that it can be brought back to the righteous state that it's supposed to be, like we brought out earlier. You know?
Yep. And the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds,
His pride.
yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
His own shit.
Like, when you see the toilet, push the button and it's gone forever.
That's it.
That's Esau.
Nobody looking for that shit neither.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
Right, where that shit go?
That's how we gonna be with Esau after 1,000 years.
Right.
And we gonna rejoice, man.
Right.
No more fucking pale people.
Right.
They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found.
It's a dream. That's gonna be that nightmare's gonna be finally be finished. You know? The remembrance of an Edomite is gonna be long gone in that time, man. To where when we're telling our children about Esau, they're not gonna believe it.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Like,
what happened to them?
Was destroying the earth and shit?
Right.
He told you that there was no genders? There was a male and female? What?
This nigga doing it over us? Us? I thought we were on top. Hey, best story gonna come down.
Exactly.
Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
That's it.
Chased out of the earth, man, like it tells you in Job.
That's some grass.
Chased out to utter darkness, man. With that, Lord willing, this camp was edifying. And we want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well.
That's right.
And peace and salutation to the elect. Keep pushing, we almost out of here. With that, we would say shalom.
Hey,
Shalom.
Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.
The Bible Ball.
The Bible Ball.
Shalom.